Lee, author of Your Aesthetic Practice and president of Cosmetic Image Marketing, where we get you more patients and profits guaranteed. I'm also your cosmetic patient attraction and conversion specialist. So I want to jump right in. This presentation is for you if you're tired of figuring out what to do to bring in more patients and revenue. If you're sick of the income roller coaster and worried about covering your overhead. If you're frustrated with so much to do and not enough time to do it. And if you need a plan that gives you more time, more money, and more certainty. So here's what you're going to discover. How to generate more consistent revenues you can count on month after month. How to increase the lifetime value of your current cosmetic patients. How to encourage those patients to return more often and spend more at each visit. How to generate more word-of-mouth referrals organically. And you'll see how to make it a system you can measure and count on for consistent revenues. And I'll even show you a simple way to get 400% to 1,400% proven return on your investment on your marketing efforts without redesigning your website again, wasting more money on SEO, otherwise known as search engine optimization, to get ranked on Google, without throwing a bucket of money at PPC, otherwise known as pay-per-click Google AdWords, or without hiring more staff. Because just imagine having a solid plan in place, knowing it's humming along and you don't have to worry about it. You know you're bringing in revenues because your promotions are on autopilot. That gives you the mental freedom from constantly worrying about your practice's financial stability. And can you imagine enjoying a predictable, systematic revenue stream? This puts you in a position of confidence and power because you know money's coming in. You have freedom because you eliminate the scramble mode during your down months that create worry and angst. And you get the unfair advantage over your competitors because the most successful practices do the things that unsuccessful practices won't do. But I need to warn you about a few things. Warning number 1, there could be some stinking thinking ahead because your first reaction could be, oh, this won't work for me. But I assure you, your practice is no different when it comes to the fundamentals of running a successful 7 or 8-figure cosmetic practice. It's the mindset that's different that's keeping you from all the success you deserve. Successful surgeons say, how can this work for me? Whereas the lazy or the naive ones say, this isn't going to work, I can't do it. Now here's warning number 2. If you miss what I'm saying here and you tune out my suggestions, the next 12 months are going to be the same as the last 12 months, or even worse, because you're either growing or you're failing. Here's what Howard Schultz from Starbucks says. When companies fail or fail to grow, it's almost always because they don't invest in the people, the systems, and the processes they need. Now here's warning number 3. What I show you today is not sexy, so if you want shiny object stuff, then you should not be here, because this is not sexy shiny stuff, but it works. So if you want results that are solid and proven, then I'll show you exactly how to do that yourself or get help with it. So let's first go over the 4 most common reasons for cosmetic practice failure. By the way, I identified these after working with cosmetic surgeons and their staff for over 17 years, so I really do understand your challenges and frustrations. So here's practice failure number 1. You're not developing enough of a relationship with your current patients. That includes not staying in touch in a way that compels them to contact you. Now, this leads your patients to believe you don't care about them, so they wander off to your competitors. And yes, I'm talking about your current patients because in a nutshell, they're easier, cheaper, and more trusting of you. They're much more likely to respond to you, and they're easier to convert because you already have credibility with them. Now, we all know a successful cosmetic practice gets a majority of their new patients from their current patients through word-of-mouth referrals, right? As a matter of fact, I did a survey of the top cosmetic surgical practices in the US, and on average, 45% of their new patients were coming from word of mouth referrals, and another 30% were from current patients returning for more. So, isn't it well worth it for you to focus there? Now, here's practice failure number two. You have no real differentiation in the marketplace. You seem like everyone else in this extremely crowded industry. So I'll show you how to stand out and do it in a fun way. Now, practice failure number three is the failure to give your current patients a compelling reason to return and refer. I'm talking about irresistible offers your patients can't say no to. This is what gets them off the couch and into your office to spend more money with you rather than continue to procrastinate. And lastly, practice failure number four is an inability to nail down a profitable marketing plan with proven revenue streams to keep a steady stream of patients coming to you. You may think you have this, but you probably don't. You're doing one or two things, but that's not enough. You need to do the right things more consistently, and I'll show you how. Because this fixes everything when it comes to cosmetic patient marketing. By the way, I'm going to lay out exactly what you can do on your own, so take a lot of notes. Or if you decide to get the help and support you need, I'll offer our services to you, so you choose. But even if you decide to go it alone, you'll have the knowledge from this training to do it yourself. So here we go, the 2017 plan for more cosmetic patients this year. And you can implement them right away. Let's start with the practice promotion calendar. Now, your calendar tells you what goes out and when it goes, and that's what gives you clarity and consistency. Because a well-planned out calendar gives you predictable, systematic revenue. It puts you in a position of confidence and power because you know money's coming in month after month. It also gives you freedom and flexibility. By having this in place, it gives you freedom because you add to this or change it up. But it eliminates the scramble mode of starting over every month that creates worry and frustration for you. Now, you also get the unfair advantage over your competitors. Successful practices do the things that unsuccessful practices won't do. And that's what makes them successful. They do it anyway. If you want to be top of mind with your patients and make your competition irrelevant, you need a marketing calendar because I almost guarantee 90% of your competitors haven't bothered doing this. Now, what goes on the calendar? Here are the top 4 proven patient and revenue attracting strategies: direct mail, email, social media banners, and word of mouth referral cards. Now, we'll go over them in detail in just a moment. So I want to say this. Now, of course, you still need other internet strategies to attract additional new patients. But once you do that and you actually attract them, you'll want to make sure that you're not neglecting them. You've spent so much time and money getting them in the first place, hang on to them. You want to be sure to keep in touch in a compelling way so they become raving fans who return and refer. And don't worry, this may seem like a lot, and it is, but I'll show you how to get it done without using your own time. So what's next? Well, now you want to assign dates. Put everything on the calendar and plan it out ahead of time. The beauty of this is you'll know in April, for example, you're going to use the Get Your Body Back in Time for Summer themed promotion. And you need to list the dates that things need to be done so you stay on schedule. Basically, your calendar becomes your playbook, so your team is clear about the plan. Now, this may seem complicated and it can be time consuming, but once it's done, it's done. Next, you need to assign ownership to ensure everyone knows who does what and when do they do it. And somebody needs to be in charge of the entire calendar. They're not doing everything, but they are overseeing it to be sure everything gets implemented, because a good idea doesn't count unless it's executed well and on time. So let's go over each marketing component involved. Now, here's a reminder. They're not sexy, but they're money, and they bring you freedom and peace of mind. These are the fundamentals. A new fundamental is not actually new. They must be proven. Master this first, and then play around with extra internet ninja shiny object stuff. This you don't have to worry about. So let's start with direct mail. Now, this one may surprise you, but direct mail has made a huge comeback because it's getting dramatically more difficult to get someone's attention on the internet, isn't it? Think about it. Where else can you get this personal, one on one focus than with a patient who is holding your direct mail piece and there are no competitors anywhere nearby? It's just you and that patient. It's golden, it's different, and it gets results. Now, if you're saying to yourself, but we send out e-blasts, well, that's fantastic. You have a false sense of confidence because the latest statistics show the average open rate for email is only 19.9%. That means you're missing the other 81.1% of your cash paying patients and leaving them wide open to go elsewhere. Themed, eye catching, and heartfelt greeting cards with a great offer to call you now is the first strategy. For example, personalized birthday cards, hand addressed and stamped, are sent to your current patients who already know, like, and trust you. And a looming birthday is already a conversation your cosmetic patient is having in their mind, especially your patients who care about how they look and feel. You know that they care because they've given you money for cosmetic services, and they'll give you much more as the aging process accelerates. Now, another direct mail theme that works really well is a thank you for your trust message to encourage your cosmetic patients to return and refer their friends. This theme accelerates their visits to you as well as their new patient word of mouth referrals. Now, don't you think you can get at least 1 to 3 extra surgeries and popular minimally invasive procedures every month just doing this? I mean, what would that be worth to you? 5,000, 10,000, 20,000? And for a cash surge, here's another proven strategy. What do you do now when patients come in for a consultation but they don't book? And how do you get long lost profitable patients to return for surgery or other big procedures? Well, you send them heartfelt and compelling messages such as, it's our anniversary or we miss you. When done correctly, this gets them off the fence and back into your office for a consultation to a paid procedure or a treatment. So here's what it was worth to Dr. Blair. I just want to let you know how successful your promotion was and how delighted my office and myself were with the outcome. We saw over $22,000 in increased business with the promotion. The patients were excited about the offers, and of course, we were extremely satisfied with the results. Thank you again for your creativity and personalized support. My office and I can't wait until your next revenue-generating idea. And Dr. Funzik reported, Catherine put together a classy snail mail with metrics that brought in 67 calls, 56 injections, and several surgeries for a total gross income of $72,000. That is a 2,880% return on investment. Now, the secret to successfully using direct mail is, number one, the list you send it to, and number two, what you include in the message. So you really need to understand the cosmetic patient and their needs and wants to ensure a great response. For example, here's a checklist of the 8 critical elements you need to use to make sure any communications you send out get your phone to ring and makes you money. You need compelling copy to get it read. You need a theme to keep it interesting. You need great before and after photos that are vital for social proof, because a picture really is worth 1,000 words. You need compelling gift card offers. The key is to create killer offers your patients love and respond to. Because when you market this internal way, you don't have to spend massive amounts of dollars on glitzy mass advertising to attract stranger patients who don't know you from Adam. Instead, you're passing the savings on to your current patients who already know how great you are, so this doesn't hurt your image. You also need a tight expiration date so they act now rather than procrastinate. You need to credential you, the surgeon, as the best choice. You need links to landing pages to your website so they can learn more and have another opportunity to contact you. And then you need terms and conditions to ensure you stay profitable. Now, the next cosmetic patient marketing strategy is email. You'll want to create a themed email for each month, such as New Year, New You, Get Your Body Back, Turn Back the Clock, and so on. You'll also want to follow up your greeting cards with a corresponding email for repetition, since busy patients need gentle reminders. So let me ask you again, if you did this, do you believe you would get at least 3 or more procedures a month? What's that worth to you? Obviously, it's worth it. So if you don't want to do it, outsource it because somebody should be doing this in your practice. Now, the next cosmetic patient marketing strategy is social media banners. Social media is a good follow-up component to direct mail and email because you're trying to reach your current patients wherever they are, as well as prospective new patients who are not familiar with you yet. So to help your emails grow legs and reach more patients and prospective patients, you want to repurpose your content. You do that by designing banners that match the greeting cards and emails, and then shoot them out on social media, mention them on your blog, and put them on your website so it's a consistent message across the board. Now, the last component to your 2017 plan for more cosmetic patients is word of mouth referral cards, because your patients would refer more often if they were reminded and if it were made easy for them to do so. Do something to generate new patients every week and make it easy so you're not hoping referrals come in. They just come in automatically because they're part of your plan. So not only are you asking for referrals in the direct mail and email messages, you also have a display of customized pocket referral cards. They're displayed at your checkout so your patients can put a few in their wallet, or your staff can hand them to the patient along with their receipt. And be sure to give a stack to each staff member so they have them readily available when they're out with friends, or at the gym, or at the hair salon. It's an easy way to get your name out into the community of prospective cosmetic patients. Also, since they're easy to keep in your patients' wallets, your patients will hand them out more often. And the beauty of these pocket referral cards is that you have a paper trail to help you track new patient referrals. So you can thank your patients for their support, because behavior that is rewarded is repeated. So again, let me ask you, if you just did these monthly greeting cards, monthly themed emails, cash surge direct mailings, social media banners, and word of mouth referral cards, do you think it will bring you more revenues? I sure hope you're saying yes, because here's what other surgeons said. Catherine, I finally connected the dots with our marketing leading to surgery, returning patients and referrals. For example, I want to give you credit for 3 surgeries we got yesterday. These were old patients we hadn't seen for a while, but they received your card and came in for an injectable. But once we engaged with them and they were more comfortable, they wanted to talk about surgery and then booked it. So a Botox injection became a rhinoplasty, face neck lift, and fat grafting. What I love is the small gift card amount we spent here is so much cheaper and easier than spending an absolute fortune on other mass advertising we've done in the past to attract new cosmetic patients. Thank you for offering this service. It works. And Dr. Ferrari says, I have finally tapped into the most efficient way to grow my cosmetic practice, and that is to fish in the pond of my own patients. When patients return to my practice, over 85% of them will purchase another service, product, or procedure. Not only was it worth over $200,000 in revenues this past year, it also reminds my patients I'm still around so they don't wander off to my competitors. Catherine's group has far exceeded our expectations and goals we had set up for them to achieve. And Dr. Langdon said, working with Catherine and her team has been very profitable. We're only halfway through the year and I'm up $200,000. And I'm booked out for the next 2 months, even though we typically go into our slow summer months now. Her recent promotion brought in an extra $63,782 with more surgeries scheduled. I never realized how much money was sitting in my patient list, but I'm a believer now. So do you see how the fundamentals done right can be sexy when you get results? So please do it. It works. Having a cosmetic patient marketing system in place in your practice changes everything. Because now You have clarity and peace of mind knowing you have a deliberate patient attraction plan in place working for you every single month of the year. That can change a cosmetic practice from struggling to soaring. And there you have it, a simple plan to market your cosmetic practice by nurturing your current patients who know, like, and trust you, so they gladly return and refer their friends to you. That has always been and will always be the secret to successfully growing a cosmetic practice fast. Now that you know this, you have two choices. You can do it yourself, which is the trial and error method. So you can take everything I just showed you and do it on your own and run with it. But the problem is it's wicked expensive to do it that way, and it could take you months to figure it out. Because what happens is you need to guess and test what works. So the odds of you writing good copy and designing great pieces are not that great. And then you'll be frustrated. But you can't blame yourself because you can't know everything. You know surgery and cosmetic rejuvenation. So the second way is to get it done for you. Easy breezy. And that's where I come in. You could have me and my team do it for you using our cosmetic patient marketing service for 2017. We'll reactivate your current patients so they return and refer. We write the compelling copy, we design the pieces, we print, fold, stuff, stamp, and mail the greeting cards. We use Constant Contact, our account or your account, to send out the emails. We design and send the social media banners to you to upload to your Facebook page. We design and print word of mouth referral cards and display and even ship them to you so you get results now, not months from now. But I want to be super transparent here. We can't work with everybody. This service is not for you if you're looking for one-hit wonder surgical patients, or if you don't want to nurture your current patients so they return and refer, or if you're just starting out with no list, or if you don't have before and after photos to use as social proof, or if you have bad phones that make it extra difficult for patients to get a hold of you. This just would not be the right fit for either of us. So why did I create this service? Because I was frustrated. You get bombarded by slick advertising marketers who promise you the world, so you give them tens of thousands of dollars every month to redesign your website again, to do your social media, to do your SEO, your search engine optimization, so you get ranked quickly, which is impossible with Google rule changes. You also give them a ton of money for social media, which still I can't figure out how to monetize. You give them money to play the pay-per-click AdWords game, which costs an absolute fortune. And then you give them more money to pay for expensive name recognition ads you can't track. And all I can say is, how's that working out for you? Are you happy with your results with them? Heck, do you even know if you're getting any results? Because here's what we do know. Creative strategy and action is what changes your practice revenues. But you're busy and you have family and time pressures. That's why I'm handing you patients on a silver platter. You don't need more information or shiny objects. You need implementation of a proven plan working for you to keep you busy. That plan you're looking for is the proven and guaranteed cosmetic patient marketing service done for you. Now, here's what it includes. The marketing calendar done for you, already filled in, so you know at a glance what's going out and when it's going. 250 birthday greeting cards every month, depending on the size of your patient database, plus a corresponding email. 250 return refer greeting cards every month, plus a corresponding email. 250 direct mail cash search pieces are sent to strategic patients most inclined to want surgery or those who came in for a consultation but never booked. Monthly themed emails to your entire email list. These are proven, tested to work, and customized with your look and feel. And social media banners repeating the themes to spread the word to attract new prospective patients from the internet, as well as pocket referral cards and display so your patients can become your practice ambassadors. Now, you also get detailed monthly progress reports with documented results. We've optimized our proven tracking system and provide you with very detailed monthly progress reports with specific data that gives you a one-page summary telling you exactly who called, which procedure they wanted, and if they booked a consultation or a treatment. We do that with tracking numbers so we can track your calls and know for a fact how well the pieces are working, and we present you with our numbers each month so you know you're getting a good return on your investment. Now, here's what Dr. Weisberg said about his own results. Since we've been working with Catherine and her team for the past 5 months, we've brought in 79,000 in surgeries, and we've booked an additional 17 surgical procedures and 20 non-invasive body procedures since then. This does not include the additional new patient referrals and revenues we are seeing from the ongoing nurturing of my current patient database. And Dr. Pearl said it very succinctly. I'm a board-certified cosmetic or plastic surgeon who has been in private practice for more than 20 years in a Northern California suburb near Stanford University. It is super competitive there, by the way. My results speak for themselves, and my revenues increased by 30% the first year. And these results are hot off the press from 2016 that just ended. Now, I was able to get a sampling of results from some clients like Dr. L, who brought in $523,000 of projected revenues, which is a 1,400% return on investment. Dr. H brought in $245,000, which is a 681% ROI. Dr. D brought in $290,000, which was a 800% ROI. Dr. F brought in $400,000, which is over an 1,100% ROI. Dr. S brought in $207,000, which is a 576% ROI. Dr. M brought in $413,000, which is an over 1,100% ROI. And Dr. L, we had two L's, another Dr. L brought in $453,000, which is a 944% ROI. And not only do you get great results, you get so much more. So stay tuned. There's a lot more. For example, after signing up for this service, you're immediately sent this binder with your annual marketing calendar so you know what's going on and when, the call tracking forms, pockets to the binder to collect your promotions, progress reports, newsletters, training materials, and even surprise bonuses, because we love giving value to our clients every month. But it doesn't stop there. Included are 4 extra bonuses to help you say yes now, since the sooner we start, the sooner we see results. So here's bonus number 1. I'm going to train your staff for free by turning them into converting rock stars. My team and I will get your phone to ring with current as well as new patients eager to see you. However, your staff has to be on their game to see it through. So they must have the skills to convert the callers to appointments and convert the consultations to paid procedures. Because in 7 out of 10 practices, the receptionist and/or the patient coordinator drops the ball. But it's not their fault. They haven't had any formal training until now. With our cosmetic patient marketing service, you get 6 free online group trainings I charge other practices up to $597 per training to attend, but you get them for free. Now, the topics include how to turn your phone calls into profits, how to convert consultations, and how to follow up after the consultation. Now, this is a value of $3,382, and you'll also get the free replays on DVD as well as the scripts, so you have these tools to refer to during your team meetings and when new staff joins your practice and needs training. Now, here are the results Dr. Asasa got from the training. Catherine Maley turned our practice around. We attended her How to Convert More Consultations webinar and implemented her system the following week. We converted more consultations in that week than we did in the entire month, and our practice went from a painful 50% no-show rate to a remarkable 85% show rate. Even more impressive was our close ratio, from 35% to 80% and still increasing. We would recommend her to any practice that's looking to not only increase their profits today, but sustain a healthy flow of income for many years to come. And here's what Dr. Corrado had to say. Our consult conversions were running at 40 to 50%. Then we attended Catherine's online training and implemented her strategies. They immediately increased conversion rates to 75 to 80%. Now, also included is bonus number 2, which is free access to our new on-demand learning center called More Patients Academy. You will have 24/7 access to 20 learning modules of all sorts of patient attraction and staff training topics, such as how to get 5-star patient reviews, how to differentiate yourself from your competitors, how to sell retail profitably, how to run your practice like a business, and many, many more. Now, this alone has a value of $10,940. So to recap, here's what you get. You get the marketing calendar, 250 birthday greeting cards per month plus the corresponding email, 250 return refer greeting cards every month plus the corresponding email, 250 direct mail cash surge strategy pieces, monthly themed emails to your entire email list, social media banners, word of mouth referral displays and cards, and bonus number 1 with the 6 online staff trainings with DVD replays and scripts, valued at $3,382. And bonus number 2, free 24/7 access to More Patients Academy, valued at $10,940. Now, the value of these free bonuses alone is $14,322, but there's so much more. But before I get to that, you're probably asking, what is your investment going to be to put this on autopilot, right? Well, if you were to do this on your own, here's what you would need. You need to hire a graphic designer for $30 to $100 an hour, but they probably don't understand our industry, so they would need to learn on your dime. Then you would need to hire a marketer or someone who knows the psychology of the aesthetic patient and knows how to write direct response copy that gets a result. Then you need someone to manage your printer vendor to be sure they do a good quality job and they print on quality paper stock to keep up with your quality image. Then you need someone to manage the mail house to be sure the greeting cards look personally handwritten and hand stamped with first-class postage, not with that junky junk mail pre-stamped bulk image, because they must look personal. And then they have to ensure these all go out on time and properly. And then someone's going to have to learn and run an email platform software program for you to get these emails out. And then someone's got to track the calls you get to help determine your return on investment. Now, that's going to take 2 to 3 staff people or several vendors to get this done. And that can run anywhere from $75,000 to $150,000 per year. Now, on top of that, you would need to manage all these people to be sure everyone's doing their part and they're being held accountable and getting these projects out on time every month, since timing is crucial. So you could do all of that, or you can let me do it for you for only $29.97 per month. There's no long-term contracts, it's month to month, so there's no risk on your end. As a matter of fact, I'm so darn sure about the results we get for other cosmetic practices, I stand behind this with a personal guarantee. If you don't at least double your investment within the first 90 days,
it's 7 o'clock.
I'll give you a full refund and we can part ways. This is not theory. This is proven in real life. So go to Cosmetic Patient Marketing so you can get started on your very own customized cosmetic patient marketing service. And I want to make this a no-brainer so you say yes now so we can get going on your own reliable and predictable cosmetic patient marketing plan on autopilot. So here's bonus number 3. It gives you $1,000 off the customization and implementation fee. Now, we charge that because a whole lot of work goes up front on the design, and it goes into all these customized pieces. So the regular price of $14.97 is reduced to only $4.97 to get started. And you can do that now by going to cosmeticpatientmarketing.com, but there's so much more. Bonus number 4 gives you private cosmetic patient marketing monthly newsletters full of tips, strategies, and resources, along with feedback forms, and you get strategy calls with me personally when you need additional consulting. So let's go over all you get when you say yes to this proven cosmetic patient marketing service done for you. You get the done for you marketing calendar, 250 birthday greeting cards per month plus the corresponding email, 250 return refer greeting cards every month plus the email, 250 direct mail cash surge strategy pieces, monthly themed emails to your entire email list, social media banners, word of mouth referral displays and cards, monthly progress reports with ROI breakdown and results, member binder full of tips, tactics, strategies, and freebies, and bonus number 1, which is the online staff training with DVD replays and scripts valued at $3,382, free 24/7 access to More Patients Academy with a value of $10,940, the reduced implementation fee from $14.97 to only $4.97, that's a value of $1,000. And then, of course, the monthly member newsletters with the consulting, and that's valued at $1,164. So the total bonus value is $16,486. And you're going to like this too. When you go to cosmeticpatientmarketing.com, you make an initial small investment in the reduced implementation fee of only $497. And then you are not charged again until your first patient attraction promotion goes out, so you are never out of pocket because you'll make that money back in new procedure revenue before your credit card payment is even due. It doesn't get any easier than that. And to really sweeten the deal, because the sooner we start, the sooner you see results, I'm including one more very special bonus. But I have to warn you, a lot of work goes into this on my end to get you set up. So my team and I can only work with the first 3 practices who say yes now by completing the form at cosmeticpatientmarketing.com. Now, if we do go over, or when we go over 4, I assure you we will, it's not a problem. We'll just have to put you on a waiting list, and I'm going to have to contact you in a bit at a future date so we can get started, because our goal is to get you results right away. And the best way we can do that is to focus on 3 at a time. And then once they're situated, we can contact you. So I want to reward the first 3 practices for trusting me to nurture their patients and train their staff to be converting rock stars with a final bonus. So if you're one of the first 3 who sign up at cosmeticpatientmarketing.com, you get my newest course called the Fast Track MBA for Surgeons. Now, this course is a condensed version of the full life course I did with an uber successful 8-figure surgeon who had a practice with multiple revenue streams, 22,000 square foot facility, and 45 plus staff. We called it Masters Academy of Surgeons, and we charged up to $20,000 plus travel expenses to attend 3 live events per year. You're seeing just one of the groups here. We actually had several. So, to make it more user-friendly for you, I took all of that intellectual property, I condensed it down, I made it virtual, and I included the following: 2 DVD course sessions covering the 4 core principles of business that are pertinent to your cosmetic practice. I included the PowerPoint slides for quick reference, the proven strategies and structures, which are priceless, by the way, but they're valued at $10,000. The hiring staff kit valued at $497, the staff training tools valued at $297, the blueprint for staff accountability valued at $997, and then the Know Your Numbers metric forms valued at $297. So the total value is $12,385, but you get it for free if you're one of the first 3 practices to go to cosmeticpatientmarketing.com and sign up now for only $497. And then you're not charged again until your first revenue-producing promotion goes out. And think about this. If you decide to procrastinate with the cosmetic patient marketing plan I just laid out here, what's going to happen to your growth this year? You're going to continue the frustration of figuring this out on your own, or you're going to continue spending and not knowing your ROI, and you're going to watch your competitors take patients from you because you're ignoring them. So please do yourself a favor and lock in your spot at cosmeticpatientmarketing.com so you get everything listed here, plus all 4 of the special bonuses, as well as the extra Fast Track MBA for Surgeons bonus, with a total bonus value of $28,871 if you join me